Hey everyone, welcome back to Doomlink's Life Funds. I don't need to introduce myself anymore, you know who I am. My mere presence should do enough to tell you who I am. The Doomlink. No, I'm not a wrestler. The Doomlink. Actually, that would be a pretty bad name for a wrestler. I finished the last recording, went to sleep immediately, woke up the next morning, and here I am recording again. There are around 18 people online at the moment, which is a respectable number. It can actually be higher than that. I think recently I saw maybe 25 online, something like that. But anyway, I need to notify my Discord. One sec. Notify? No. Sometimes... Oh, I see. I'm on the wrong Discord for some reason. It's Discord's fault, okay? Apparently by pressing random keys on Discord you can actually jump to different servers. I didn't realize that, but yeah. Come to think of it, I didn't end up updating. Oh, these guys are back. I was probably very unlucky and joined the room. Actually, no, I was lucky in having done that. I joined the room right as they departed, but it gives me the time to set up the recording, which is ideal, to be honest. We all know how stressful it gets when I'm being forced to set things up as quickly as possible. I'm all in a... Well, what would be the word? Frenzy? I'm all in a frenzy, and I'm unsure as to whether or not everything's been set up correctly, and I sit here with some sense of trepidation, because I'm like, well, if I'm live and there are things that haven't been done right, that's it. It's live and it's permanent. Can't change it. Can only do it while live. One thing that I did fail to do was... change the name of the stream, but that's fine. I mean, you guys can live with that. It's actually part 178, but I don't think that's going to ruin your immersion too much, is it? I've been chatting to Slentara about Jin. He's trying Jin for the first time today. I don't know if any of you know Slentara. He's also another traditional Monster Hunter streamer. I remember I first saw him live streaming some time ago, and I made it very clear to you guys that you should go and check him out, because he's good. He streams with his girlfriend or wife. I don't remember if it's his girlfriend or his wife, but I think wife, yeah. And yeah, it's entertaining. They usually play Freedom Unite, I think. But yeah, he just tried Jin for the first time. I got him onto it, you know. We had a chat about spirits, right? He usually drinks spirits on camera as well. Well, not on camera, as in he's on the webcam, because he doesn't have a visual demonstration of himself while live, but, you know, he tends to drink spirits while recording as well. And I said, you know, give Jin a try. It's one of my favorite spirits. I get a liter of Gordon's perfect, personally. I mean, it's perfectly good enough, but lots of different ones you can try. Alrighty. I'm still using the high voltage verve, it's called. Lawless Ludroth. I should say hello. Make it clear to them that I'm actually intending to play. If I don't do that, they may just depart without me. I mean, we've witnessed this before. Again, some of you may look at the situation and say, well, I can't imagine them departing without you, Doomlink. That would be really discourteous. Well, guess what? It does happen. It would not be unusual. I need to bring something quickly, like this. No, I'm not bringing that. I'll bring a Blade Master weapon. Something simple. How about a... No, I don't want to do longsword. I'll bring a lance. Here we go. I'll bring the... whatever it's called. Babel Spear, Lost Babel. Whatever it ends up being called in this game at the fully upgraded level. It is Lost Babel. Good enough. Well, look, I've said hello. I've changed my weapon type. I can do no more to register my intention to join in on this hunt. And fortunately, Spirosa has still not readied up himself, so that's probably part of the reason why I was able to join on this quest without having to leave and sulkily look for another room. Oh goodness. Someone's using the resurrection. I don't know if it's supposed to be resurrection, it's not how it's spelt, if you check that. The resurrection. I don't know. But it's a nice bow, I just happen to almost never use it. I don't think it's all that good, it could be fine. It's just that it's got low raw damage, high elemental damage, but it doesn't have any sharpness multiplier, of course, because it's a bow, so I don't think it's that good of a bow. I think if it had more raw damage it would be good, but I don't think low raw, high element really cuts it when it comes to bows, because again, you just don't have that sharpness multiplier doing its work in the background, and the sharpness multiplier is significant for the reason that it is purple sharpness in the case of Morales weapons, provided you have a sharpness +1. So in my opinion, that bow can fuck off. I don't think it's that good. I think it looks great, and I'd love for it to be good, but I don't know, based on my personal feeling on the matter, I'd say it's not worth it. Where did you come from, Raptor? You must have started at the camp, doing the lance special. Very accurate weapon type. That's why people like it. The thing with the lance is that it's generally not about its defensive capabilities, because you do have a... No. Can you show some fucking respect? Seriously, I don't mind if you have to play the song, but don't do the super pound while I'm right here. What an asshole. Anyway, yeah, most people use lance, well, perhaps not most people, I can't speak for others, but most people who have an idea on how to use lance correctly don't do it because it has a shield. The reality is that you are fairly stationary, you don't have much mobility with the lance weapon type, so yes, you do need to be able to rely on that shield. But the good thing about the lance is that it is surgically accurate, very, you know, focused damage on one place. It's not the sort of weapon type that's going to be flailing around. It's very good for deliberate and specific damage application. So yeah. That's why people use it. Very clean weapon type. You've got speed setup. I will contribute a bomb. All in a big line. I don't know if they were all gonna... No, they probably all will make contact with the monster, but still. Bit of a strange way to set up the bombs. I'm a bit concerned about this feline. I don't trust him. Sorry, man. I've got nothing against felines generally, but I do have something against them when they run around with small barrel bombs, ruining your bomb setup plan. He's going to jump further to this side. We're going to miss him. We're trying to get him in the trap before he... Okay. Oh, I was in range of that. Quite stupidly. Bit of a botched attempt there. Because at the end of the day, the hunters couldn't really get in and deal the damage. Two of us were getting blown away. Are you kidding me? That's a good example of why sometimes tails can come at you from the side and totally bypass your shield. This guy is just using the Stygian Zenogre Greatsword because he seemingly doesn't want to use anything else. He may not have anything else, but I find that hard to imagine because I think he's a high enough hunter rank to have other weapons to choose from, but maybe not. I don't know. Double whammy stream? I guess so, yeah. It would seem that way to you, but I've actually... It's a different day now. I went to sleep and I woke up, so it's a new day. It is the 2nd of July where I am. In my neck of the woods. I had best put down a trap as well. Not a trap, a bomb. I'm going to place my own trap right here. That does, just on the face of it, look like a good greatsword set, based on the armor pieces used, but using the Stygian and Ogre greatsword on random monsters, I don't think I can really encourage that sort of thing. Hello, Hosey. This time we'll detonate without standing... Oh god. Well, that would be one way to get him in the trap, I suppose. Oops, failed to reposition there. Missed a bit of damage, but it doesn't matter, it's a Royal Ludroth. He doesn't have much health anyway. Even if he were at full health, he wouldn't have much health, but he's one of 3 monsters in the hunt. I tried to shield in time, but I failed, clearly. I think that much is irrefutable. Are we really doing this right now? That's what I get for, you know, saying what I said about the Ludroth. I've obviously made it clear that I don't consider him to be a threat, but... No, don't leave. No, you fucking don't. Well, okay. I was getting ready just in case he was able to limp out, but we kept him in place fairly effectively. But yes, I wasn't going to miss out on my opportunity to actually play with a decent number of people in this game. Again, mostly Europeans are playing this game at the moment. People outside of Europe are few and far between, which is why when it's a Friday night for the Europeans, Saturday night, or just, you know, a weekend day even, there are lots of people playing. I don't know why they don't try playing during the week. I mean, why don't you have time to play during the week? What's that about? I guess what it is that when I would be playing, like now, it's fairly late in Europe. So I guess if it's a weekday, they can't be up super late. I don't know. Depends on your job, I guess. Put this stuff away. I do have a decent amount of space for Ludroth stuff. I guess I haven't fought a huge number of Ludroths. Hello, Yells. Yeah, I only just found out that apparently you can subscribe to people on Hunsterverse. Like, you can actually put in a command which lets you subscribe to a live streamer on Hunsterverse, and you get notified every time they go live, which is pretty interesting. I didn't even know about that. I don't think that was clearly advertised at any point, which is strange because that would be very helpful to every person who does go live on Hunsterverse. And yet that was not made clear to... I mean, maybe it was made clear, I don't know. But it seems like pretty key functionality within the server. As far as I'm aware, I don't get any traffic from Hunsterverse. I don't think anyone really clicks on it randomly and just watches and contributes. I really don't think so. I'm hoping that this guy isn't saying that he's closing the room. I think he is. It's all in Spanish, so... I had a feeling, though. Let's see if there's a room that I can slip into. I don't want to hunt with James. There is a reason why. Guess I can possibly join that room? I don't know, I don't want to... Okay, let's give James a try. We'll see if he remembers me and kicks me. This is the point. He might remember me and refuse to play with me. He actually doesn't even know about the blocking system. Basically, one day I called him out for playing bad and he got personally offended. Oh, he's saying hey there to me, so he's forgotten me. Great. I'm pleased. I can get another chance to piss him off again. But yeah, he's a very... how do I say? Insecure fellow. Literally, I said to him... I commented on what he was doing and I said, what the fuck? And he was like... no one talks to me like that in my room. My room, my rules. And he refused to let me back in. That was the extent of the situation. But I'm glad that he's forgotten about it. Basically, it happened off camera and I was being petty and just kept on joining back until he just stopped playing. So, yeah. I guess it didn't traumatize him enough for him to remember the name of the person who did that. But it helps that he doesn't remember because he often hosts rooms and there aren't that many people playing this game, so it helps to keep them on side. Had he actually known how the blocking system worked, I wouldn't have been able to join his room here. And he wouldn't have even remembered me, despite the fact that I would have been blocked. This is a turns room, but I don't know whose turn it is. I guess we'll find out. I'm just going to stand here and wait for someone to post. But yeah, James would be your example of a person who's a fairly high hunter rank, but isn't particularly good at the game. They do exist. What is his loadout? He must have a luck skill going on. No, he's just... what is the Golden Loon Helm doing? Oh, it's contributing... is it contributing to latent power? I guess so. It's very rare to see a piece of Gold Raytheon used in a mixed set. Don't know. I mean, that's a fucking shit greatsword set, but it's fine. Actually, no, it's alright. He does have Rocksteady. I forgot that Rocksteady was what it was, but yeah, I mean, it's fine. Peak performers. Okay. Is the joke that peak sounds like pink? I don't know. I'm gonna serve me food, says Diego. Okay, well you serve your food and we'll three-man, I guess. I'll be back. Yes. I'll bring normal heavy bowgun. Hey Kodoku. Palkia Dialga asks me in chat, hey, wanna hunt? I'm assuming you're talking about 3 Ultimate? Not especially. It would more like... It would more work if you were to say, hey, can I hunt with you? Because, like, I'm already here. So, I mean... I can try to get you in at some point, I don't mind, but I'm not hosting this room, and I've got a full room here. Which is to say, I wouldn't trade a full room experience for just hunting with you and you alone. And I'm sure you can appreciate that. I will purchase huskberries. And hopefully I've got needleberries in my box. I do. I say hopefully because I just don't know what my ammunition combination material situation is in that box, because I have such limited space that I can't just accumulate large collections of combination materials. It's frustrating. You just did Morales? Well, it is a good hunt. It's enjoyable. It's a little different. So what is it? Purple Ludroth and pink Rathian? I think that's what it is. But I'll start with Rathian. Oh no, I'm not starting with Rathian apparently. As you do. This Nahabra needs to fuck off. Go away. Probably shouldn't have reloaded there. Yeah, you do that. I'm outside of your range. How does it feel? It's not a good day for Purple Ludroth. But yeah, I do enjoy normal gunning. I used to do it a lot more often in this game. I haven't been doing it recently. I do it occasionally, I suppose, but... yeah, it's the sort of gameplay that you don't see. It used to be somewhat common, I guess, at one time. Like, it wasn't uncommon, at least. But no one does it anymore. It's like how you never see people run adrenaline anymore. The community just changed. I mean, I suppose I changed as well. I stopped using adrenaline also. But that has to do with the fact that I'm too casual for that shit these days. I just don't have the time. Or the patience. I just want to get in and hunt, and not intentionally hurt myself. And then there's also the incredible frustration associated with someone using a life powder while you're using adrenaline, even though you've explicitly told the person not to do that. That is the most frustrating thing in the world, when you've taken the time to actually get yourself into this mode where you've got increased damage, and then someone just mindlessly prevents you from dealing that damage. Is there some scope for forgiveness, considering that the... one would imagine that the reasoning behind it is to support the team? Well, not for me, because again, you fucked me up. It's just very annoying. Until you've experienced that, you don't know how annoying it is. You can perhaps imagine it, but... it's really bad. I'm surprised you're still alive. There you go. Normal is the unsung hero of gunning. Unsung in the sense that everyone just uses Pierce. But normal has the potential to be just as damaging. It's just you have to use normal up. Ideally, sharpshooter as well. And you also have to be pretty accurate. Hey, Vernon. What do you mean you've got some research to do for 3 Ultimate? That's very vague. I don't know where Rathian is. Frustratingly, I don't have Psycho Serums. I need to purchase more from the peddling granny at some point. I believe that... where does she spawn? She must spawn where James is. Because essentially we have Arzuros as an invading monster, and you can't have 3 monsters in the location at the same time, so... it must be one at a time in this quest, which I'm sure I would have remembered at some point, but I've since forgotten about that. I'll combine not all of my... oh god, that would be a Nahabra setting off the bombs. That hopefully will suffice in terms of ammunition. We'll see. Get in the trap. The head is fine, but for the most part I will be aiming for the legs here. Wait, no, I think I'm getting confused with... no, it's not Gold Rathian, it's regular Rathian, so I will be aiming for the face. The legs are probably still a reasonable shot zone, but... you could see that the environment almost pushed Rathian into me there. That would have been exceedingly frustrating. Stop it. Leave me alone. Thanks for the life powder. Try and get in position on the face. You can see the wings are really getting in the way there. The evade extender does help, but... Oh, God. You really get off on being an irritant, don't you, Rathian? Pink Rathian was, for a period of time, like my least favourite monster in this game. But once you get used to the constant tails flips, it's fine. You basically have to be able to predict or know when to expect the tail flips. Don't get caught in that. Fortunately, when she does that angled tail flip, the range is not as difficult to deal with. There's another flash bomb. I just won't reload that one. Hey, thanks for the Prime subscriptions, Lantara. I appreciate that. What? You got an ad? That's... yeah. Oh, I see. That's probably why you subscribed. You're like, well, fuck these ads. I do not have an ad-heavy stream. I don't really think people get ads all that much. But anyway. If people do get ads, well, I guess I'm sort of sorry, but also not. If they're super frequent, I'll see what I can do about it, but... yeah. I understand that it would be a little immersion breaking. If, you know, I'm in the middle of a Pink Rathian hunt and then all of a sudden, I don't know, you're getting a fucking ad for aftershave? I don't know. I do like the ads that are really blatant and not at all subtle. Like you're just minding your own business and all of a sudden you get, "Do you suffer from premature ejaculation?" And you're like, no, but I'm interested. Tell me more. Anyway. I was eligible for affiliate quite some time ago, but because I was multi-streaming, I wasn't able to become an affiliate. I used to multi-stream to YouTube as well, but I found that it was unsustainable to actually live stream to both and to have both look good. Essentially, making your or setting your stream settings to benefit one would cause the other to suffer. In the case of YouTube, it can actually handle a very high video bitrate, but it does start to require a very high video bitrate, whereas Twitch does max out at whatever it is, 7,000? But either way. I decided, based on that, and also based on the fact that YouTube just has never done me any favors, I did decide to go Twitch only. At least for live streaming. I do still upload my VODs to YouTube, but... which is entirely helpful to people who watch me on YouTube. There are a number of people who just don't watch me live. They can't catch me live. Usually they're from Europe or whatever. It's just easier for them to watch me on YouTube, so it definitely does help to have effectively two separate audiences. One that watches after the fact and one that watches while live. It works just fine. But yeah, I think I held off on affiliate for a good 12 months. Because I was multi-streaming, but then I, probably 12 months ago, just bit the bullet and decided, let's do it. Make it Twitch only. It's sort of a big decision to make. You put yourself in the hands of Twitch, effectively. Exclusively. But it's fine. Hasn't bit me in the arse yet. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Hossein. The amount of video bitrate that you gave YouTube shouldn't have actually affected how the live stream looked, because all processing is done on YouTube's end, whereas when you are watching on Twitch, you're literally downloading whatever I'm uploading, which can be a lot of pressure on some people's internet connections. Like, for instance, I wouldn't recommend that anyone watch me while using phone data. Like, if you have limited data, I mean, some people have unlimited phone data, but other people who don't have unlimited would have their data be drained very quickly. Because, you know, I stream at the maximum video bit rate that Twitch can handle. Which is still, by the way, not good enough. I just want to put that on the record. That's not good enough. Live streaming should be better than it is, but it's not. Even at 1080p, when there's a lot going on the screen, even on Twitch, it's a whole lot worse on YouTube when uploading, because YouTube compresses the video and you get artifacts all over the place. But even on Twitch, at 1080p, at its maximum video bitrate, when there's a lot going on the screen, it turns into a garbled mess. It's fucking awful. For someone like me who wants it to look as good as possible and sound as good as possible, that really is frustrating, but it's a compromise you have to make and live with. Because that's Twitch and that's live streaming. Whose turn is it? 10 minutes, says James. Well, I guess he's going AFK for 10 minutes. I'm guessing. And yet he's still moving around, so... I guess Diego is still eating food, which is perfectly fine. Yuli's still on? Is he? Well, I can't actually see if someone's online based on their guild card, but... I don't think he's online, is he? Doesn't matter. Well, apparently James is eating, Diego's eating, and I'm going to see if there's another fucking room I can join, because I'm live. I'm not going to sit here and wait for you people to stop eating. Like, come on. Oh, Yuli is here. You're right. How about that? Well, it just goes to show that he's playing in his own time. It's a small community. He actually wasn't here when I... Oh, come on. Wonder what's caused that. We haven't had connection issues in the past. No, he hasn't blocked me. We're friends. Outside of this game. Hello, Bread Yeezers. I still don't know entirely how to pronounce your name, but whatever. Maybe the room closed. Did it close? No. Okay, I'll give it another try. Or do I... No, I'll join Urs. Yeah, remember Urs? This is the person that I played with when I got up at like 3 in the morning and started streaming at like 4:30 in the morning. This is the guy that I played with. So he'll probably go to sleep soon, but... Either way. I would like to go and play with Yuli, but I had a connection issue with him. Oh yeah, Nightopia. That was the person that I played with before. Or is Nightopia... Was Nightopia the person who went to sleep and then... her boyfriend started moving her character while the boyfriend was simultaneously saying, she's asleep, and I'm like, well, she's not, she's moving around, and I'm like, well, how can a person be asleep yet moving their character? And he's like, I'm moving it for her. It's like, okay, great, this is really enthralling, I'm loving this interaction. And then he was like, I remember I said, can you remove this person from this room if they're just going to go to sleep? And he's like, no, I can depart on the quest with that character. And he was acting like that was normal. It's like, well, you do realize that I want a 4th hunter, not a 4th mannequin. Not a 4th stationary object. I want a hunter. Anyway, that was a bit of a saga. No, you can kick people in 3 Ultimate. You definitely can. The ability to kick people has been... Well, I can't speak for DOS, but it's definitely been in the series since Monster Hunter Tri. But of course it is only available to the room host. Which that guy was at the time, by the way. Not on 3DS? Well, that wouldn't surprise me. The 3DS experience of 3 Ultimate is really substandard. Really substandard. It's probably more tolerable on Citra, but... First and foremost, the game looks like a munted cartoon. And second of all, it's 3DS. So, yeah, I'm not really an exponent of 3DS Monster Hunter. I've always disliked it. I've always treated it with incredulity. But, you know, like, again, when they announced that Monster Hunter was coming to the 3DS, I didn't believe them. I thought it was a joke. I actually thought I was getting pranked. But no, it was real. So, with the passage of time, I can only look back and go, well, I wish it didn't come on 3DS. What I do wish is that the Vita did better and that Capcom had a better relationship with Sony during the 2010s. That would have been much better. Well, yeah, I did hear that there were people working on a Citra version of 3 Ultimate that carries over the 3 Ultimate textures. I heard about that at least a year ago, maybe even longer. I don't know if that's in any way related to the textures that you're using, but yeah, that would make the game more playable for me. And as long as it deals with that terrible font, the fucking font that they use in the 3DS version of 3 Ultimate is, again, like a cartoon, and I can't get over it. Every time I see it, I'm just like, is this really the same game that I know and love? These guys are having a full-blown German conversation, which is great. Not really conducive to entertaining live stream hunting, but anyway. I mean, maybe it would be funny if I were to read out what they're saying. That could be a form of entertainment. Dann kommen wir aber nicht. Wait, wie? I don't know. The thing is, sometimes they do pronounce the W and sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's W like W and other times it's V, I think. I'm not German. Mal was Hartes. Harz? I don't know. Und Langes. Jetzt bin ich gespannt. If I sound like I'm being overly aggressive as I do this, it's because you have to be. That's the only way to speak German. Jagdbären. Flying Fist. Flying Fist. Oder Sticks oder so. Flying Fist. Oh, that was someone else talking. I can't continue the sentence and then it's actually someone else talking. Flying Fist klingt gut. Hab den Quest. Oh no, I added an N. Hab den Quest erst einmal gemacht. I don't know how to say that. That will suffice. Oh well, I'm sorry to hear about Tua stopping on that project. Yeah, Tualina does a lot of work in the background, but you know what? He will resume the project, or at the very least he has to be asked to resume the project of porting the Wii U textures over to the 3DS version once this game loses its online servers. Are we really doing Clashing Fists? I think they were deciding between doing the Brachydios or the Stygian event quest. The Brachydios one is harder, by the way. It's fucking awful. Okay, what would I like to use then? Excuse me. Maybe poison. What would be a fun poison weapon to use? What weapons are they using? I can't see from here. That's good to hear, Slentara. Thanks for doing that. I don't want to bring bow. I want to contribute fulsomely to this hunt. And I don't want to do longsword either. I think I'll bring sword and shield, but Fector's Asterism... Oh, the problem with using Fector's Asterism is that the sharpness +1 becomes redundant. Oh, but it's not much poison. Shit. I do want the mobility of sword and shield, though. Alright. Let's... Water Awaken sword and shield? What would that be? Master Odyssey? Yeah, that's respectable. Yeah, Master Odyssey. Can't complain about that. In fact, I don't think I've used Master Odyssey more than once or twice on camera. In this game, of course. Traditionally, Master Odyssey was not an awakened weapon. You know, in the games where awaken didn't exist, it was just innate water, but here it does require awaken. Which makes sense if you think about it, because it is more of a standard iron path weapon. I will bring Exchanger because I would sooner prioritize HRP boosting feline skills than something that would assist me in this hunt. This is not going to be easy, by the way. I hope I've fully upgraded this armor set. It looks pretty fully upgraded to me. Maybe not. That doesn't look fully upgraded. But whatever. Hopefully I'm sufficiently equipped for this. Maybe I should bring... No, I'm not going to bring combination materials for shock traps. That's pointless. In case you wanted to know, they are still having a full-blown German conversation. We will succeed in this hunt, by the way. I have no doubt about it. Because it's a fucking German team. In case you didn't know, German hunters know how to fucking play. I don't know what it is, but they're just good. They are naturally inclined when it comes to Monster Hunter. Look, whatever hit to the performance you would experience with the textures that Slentara has worked on for 3 Ultimate, it would still be more reliable, I think, than 4 Ultimate. Because with 4 Ultimate's variable frame rate and all the other issues associated with it, quite frankly, I think it would still run a lot better. Man kann Lebenstricks... hold on. Let me read this. Lebenskristalle aber kommen und 50 Klauen kann man mich nennen und 50 Reisan. That's not how you pronounce that. Reisan. What's the umlaut A again? Anyway. Reisan. Oh, that's a different sentence again. Anyway. I'm sure you're all enjoying that. What else am I going to do? Alright, enjoy yourself, Slentara. I mean, really, I've been sitting here for a while. Admittedly, I still haven't made the event weapon for this monster. I think I've only succeeded in killing this thing twice. Maybe even once. But the weapon's not very good, if I remember correctly. It's probably the hardest to get in the damn game, but it's not very good. I think it's a hammer. Or a hunting horn, one of the two. Probably a hammer. Doom calling to the gates of German hell, yeah. Pretty much. Does sound like an evil chant of sorts, doesn't it? What is Nightopia doing? Is this person coming or not? I don't even know if this... Yeah, this person isn't even involved in this riveting conversation. Oh, well, just as I said that, Lo is also asking to see if Nightopia is coming. Well, should be, responds Urs. Maybe this person got lost in your graceful German interaction. It's a rainy day outside, nice and cold. That's why I've got my jacket on. And it's as good a day as any to play some Monster Hunter. But to be honest, I'd prefer to be hunting, as opposed to sitting here reading a German conversation. I don't know how long Nightopia wants to take to get ready, but a bit of consideration for the team might be nice. Either some warning that you're going to be gone for a little while, or maybe a demonstrable willingness to actually join up on the quest as soon as possible. Please? I don't want to be sitting here any longer. I've been in this room for, what, 15 minutes and we haven't hunted yet? It feels like it's been 15 minutes. This is the problem with this community sometimes. I don't want to be departing with 3 people on this hunt. This is a 4-man hunt situation. It's possible that Nightopia is engaging in this really intense setup process. It wouldn't be totally unusual because this quest is one of the hardest in the series, but yeah. Why do people just disappear? I'm live, you know. If you think about it, this person's hijacking my live stream by not getting ready. I'm sitting here unable to hunt, and there's nothing I can do about it. I could fucking make breakfast at this point. I don't think I'll be doing that. 11 AM breakfast. I mean, because it's raining and because it's one of those days, it doesn't feel like 11 o'clock. But it is. Feels like it could be 6 in the morning. Apparently, a translation for the German version of wide range is roaming. Which is interesting if you think about it, because roaming refers to long-range communication, I guess? So it wouldn't be a totally inappropriate word to use for it. Roaming. This is the thing. Oh, I think I just heard my console loading. Yeah, I just heard my console loading. That's how you know when a person's coming. There you go, wide range +1. Not very good, but what the fuck is this? What is this armor set? Are you being for real right now? 585 defense? Dear lord. This is the quest where you need as much fucking defense as you can get. You can't settle for the defense that you'd be able to get by with in a regular hunt, because you'll be having, you know, 80% of your health deducted in one hit. Because this is not a comfortable quest. There's nothing comfortable about this. I'm only using Sword and Shield for the mobility, so that I can shield and get out of the way of the monster when necessary. You've gotta love German. Praktisch. Not practice, but praktisch. Oh, here we go. Vielleicht nur unübersichtlich. Sichtlich. I can't fucking say it. Unübersichtlich. No. Unübersichtlich. No, there's no T at the end. Licht would be light, I guess. Anyway, I give up. I'm not German, okay? I'm sure if I tried harder it would be fine, but I'm not willing to do that. Does that say super bureaucrat? How has the word super bureaucrat entered this discussion anyway? Admittedly, I'm not keeping up with what's being discussed, but it seems a bit weird. What scares me is that we've had this huge lead-up time to this quest, and I'm telling you, this is not a good quest. If you have never seen this quest before, you don't understand. You just don't understand. I'll let you watch it and find out for yourself. This Nightopia person is totally ill-prepared to start with. Totally ill-prepared. You can see why I didn't bring slime. They've already brought slime. In later games, Brachydios does have pretty high slime resistance, or blast resistance, I guess, in the case of the later games, but here in this game I do think he does take reasonable damage from it. But yeah, I knew other people would be bringing it, so I didn't want to do that. Honestly, Brachydios Greatsword on Super Brachy. Not just standard Brachydios, but Super Brachy. I don't think that's a good choice. But again, I do have confidence that these people can play well, so it should balance out any ill-preparedness. Hopefully. Look at all these rocks around here. This is not a good start. So he's basically a maximum size Brachydios. Oh, actually, I don't need a shield now. I'm being an idiot. But yeah, maximum size Brachydios, maximum damage Brachydios. And he sucks. Just in case you needed to know. I can't see what you're doing. Imagine running Greatsword in this hunt. I mean, you'd seriously... I mean, look at Nightopia's health, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's one attack. He went from full health to almost dead in one attack. This is my point. Nightopia is now dead. I mean, I could have seen that coming. In fact, I did. LOL, responds Nightopia. Yeah, it's really funny when you're wasting the team's time. It's hilarious. Oh, great. I did not think that I... What the fuck? I really didn't think that I was in range of that. Why are you people still hunting? What's the point? I'm abandoning. I'm not doing this. Can we retry? It's pointless to continue. It is pointless to continue. We've had 2 deaths. Thank you. Urs responds with the letter Y, which is yes. It is pointless to continue because we've had 2 deaths in less than 60 seconds. Or at least less than 60 seconds of combat. So, anyway. I don't even want to do this quest because Nightopia, I mean, it would be just my luck that I'm shitting on Nightopia and then I die myself, but at least I'm prepared for the hunt. This person is not. I'll bring something else. I don't feel comfortable with my... Yeah, so I don't mind trying again. Anyway. I'll bring something that might be more damaging but also comfortable to use. I don't want to bring Gunlance, but I think it might be a good choice. I'll bring Shining Ishtar, okay? And I'll make sure it's fully upgraded. Nightopia, upgrade your armor, says Low. Well, I think Helios Z naturally has low defense. Ironically, I've just, you know, said that guy's name as well. Oh my god. Okay, I'm making sure my armor's fully upgraded. It should be, but... Oh, it's not. There we go. It's worthwhile to fully upgrade this anyway. Yeah, cool. What's my defense now? It is 650. Good. Great. Maybe Nightopia speaks German, I don't know. Point is, what the fuck? Upgrade your armor. But I don't think he can, this is the point. I think Helios Z already has limited defense capabilities because it's the first G-rank armor set you can make in the game. The reason why they wanted to give you less defense is because otherwise it would be too obvious a choice. I mean, it is still a very obvious choice for G-rank armor when coming into G-rank, but because it is that first hunt, it technically gives you less defense than what you would expect it to, because of that. I lost my fucking feline exchanger, but I don't care at this point. My concern is that this monster is going to be moving a little bit too much for me to make effective use of my gun lance, but I think that when I do make contact with the monster, I'll at least be dealing good damage. And as well as that, I do have the benefit of poison, so that will increase my personal DPS. Are we really gonna have to sit here and wait for Nightopia to get ready? If he goes hunting horn and just corner horns the whole time, that would be helpful, because he would effectively be boosting the damage of the team. I mean, this is assuming that he has a horn with attack up large. If he doesn't have a horn with attack up large, he can fuck off, seriously. I'm not interested. I don't have anything against the guy, it's just that if we're gonna do this hunt, we can't settle for mediocrity. Clashing fish. Yeah, clashing fish. Awesome. Well, I don't want to be getting one-shot, Hossein. Yeah, it's easier to deal with a one-shot scenario if you're running ranged, but still, I don't want to be in a position where one mistake equals death. I'm not really a fan. Not with Brachydios. Clashing fish. Please, can we not sit here and wait for you for another 10 minutes while you bring a loadout that's still not good enough? Please? I'm fucking begging you. I'm live here. Yeah, fuck it. In the meantime, let's check out the Hunsterverse chat. I'm so sick of waiting for these fucking people. Give me a break. Alright, what's happening over here? This is the level of conversation I get to deal with. Who's playing Freedom Unite? Well, not as many people as one would hope. Who's playing Portable Third? I don't know. Apparently Nightopia is getting ready, so that helps, I guess. I'm being told to Ziu already, or Shu, I think is how it's pronounced. Shu, Shu. Yeah, this is the level of conversation that I engage in Hunsterverse. I mean, what else am I going to do? Would you rather read this or German conversation? Alright, time to hunt. It's about fucking time, really. Den brauch ich. Yeah, den brauch ich. Alright. Time to play the game. We had a brief taste of what it's like to play Monster Hunter while live streaming. But then we had to restart the quest and then wait again for another eternity. 2 eternities have passed so far in this room without any hunting taking place, so hopefully we can maybe do a little bit more hunting. Oh god, another roar. How about you stop it? Of course, working out when it's no longer worth it to keep your weapon out is key. I'll back up a little bit and then shield. Just gives me a little bit of distance, as you can see. I do want to apply poison when I can. Whoops, can I get out of there? Yes, I can. Of course, back hopping is a little bit slower with gun lance versus lance. I won't wyvern fire unless I'm given the opportunity to actually get it off successfully. Fucking tail. Are you poisoned yet? I think it's about fucking time, though. I'd love to get a full combo off. Can I do it? No. Of course not. Just wasted sharpness instead. I think it's time you got poisoned, quite frankly. How many times have I applied poison to you now? Oh, there you go. Now he's poisoned. Bad. Did you see that? What are the chances, really? Can't complain too much, I guess, but really. Ended up shielding the fucking tail as well, if you can imagine that. I don't trust that tail for 1 minute. Here we go again. It's a bit of a dance. Oh, fuck you. It's alright. First proper hit. I can live with that. The thing is, because Nightopia... Oh no, Nightopia is still getting in there. You've got... Is that latent power? I think that's latent power. Because that had the damage boost indicator on the left hand instead of the right hand, which I think is indicative of latent power. I'm doing it because I want to get it off, okay? Almost at the expense of my health, but the thing is, I don't want to be only doing wyvern fire when I'm given a very obvious opportunity, because then it's just a waste of potential. A greater waste of potential is to take risks, of course, because then you might miss it, and then you've really entirely missed out on damage. And then an opportunity may present itself, and then you've got no charge on your gun lance. No wyvern fire in the chamber. We do have a flashed Brachydios, which you can tell is not helpful at all. Just makes him less predictable. Maybe I shouldn't have been too greedy. I got a decent amount of poison out though. That wasn't too bad. Damn it. Sometimes he has such sudden attacks that you... Oh, come on. Well, I couldn't do anything. I had my shield raised, okay? There was literally nothing more that I could have done in that moment. I can't physically move. I am shield reliant, and the shield is still not good enough, so that's it. I'm stuck in one place. So, there you go. That's the extent of my capabilities. And if it wasn't good enough, then so be it. Fuck me. Maybe I should have gone ranged after all. I'm not a fan of this hunt. Never have been. Whatever. I do want to get back to the hunt nice and quickly because it does help to have 4 people in there at one time. It reduces the chance that everyone gets targeted. Every individual person has a lower chance of being targeted if there are 4 people there, that is the point. But I also would like to contribute damage, if you can imagine that. I don't know why you would use Greatsword on this hunt, or in this fight. It's just too dangerous. I think there is an issue of DPS there. I do think that Greatsword is fine for Brachydios in general, it's just that I don't really think it would be a good DPS option. I'm making up for possible lack of DPS with Gunlance by having poison, but still, while it's not great, I do think it's better than Greatsword. Let's not fight him here, please. Please, can we at least have the presence of mind to not fight him in a corridor? Come on, guys. Thank you, Urs. Nightopia is not paying attention at all. Admittedly, the... What is it again? The Samoom Sandbiter? Something stupid like that. It's a good weapon when you have Awaken. Good raw damage and very high water value. So I would say that it's a good choice in terms of stats, but I don't know if the weapon type is good enough. Not thoroughly convinced, one way or the other. Ow. I feel like a fucking gunner in terms of my defense. Well, that's wide range, I suppose. Thanks for the support. Anyone got a pitfall? Beautiful. I'm so glad that this team knows what they're doing. I'm so fucking glad this team knows what they're doing. Notice how they're still lining up with the trap while hitting the monster. That's how we do it. But I do want to be in position for the trap. Here we go. Beautiful. I'm going to do a full combo if I can. Oh, no, I can't. I don't want to interrupt Urs. Alright, Wyvern Fire, please. Quickly. It's fucking damage time. This makes up for any lacking DPS that we've had to deal with thus far. I didn't want to hit Nightopia out of that combo. I might actually Shock Trap this one. I'll Shock Trap, because Brachydios is still exhausted. May as well have our first Shock Trap be Exhaustion Shock Trap. Don't eat the fucking Rhinopolis. Don't do it. Maybe not the best time for a trap. Did he... Oh, he has lost his fucking... I almost got it! He was so fucking close to being exhausted for that shock trap, but he just... I couldn't get it in time. I suppose it was overzealous of me to do that. I mean, that was really, for the first shock trap, pretty fucking bad. That did not last very long at all, because he was enraged. And no longer exhausted. And of course, that's not what I was aiming for, but... I placed the fucking trap at the best time I could. Using the opportunity that had presented itself, but sadly it came too late. I would have liked to have died much later on, because I still had decent stamina when I did die. So now I'm stuck at 100 stamina again. I think I had more than 100 stamina when I died. Which is unfortunate. Fuck! I don't know why people would voluntarily do this fucking quest. I mean, if you want to make all weapons and you still haven't made this one, I get it, but outside of that, I have no idea why someone would voluntarily depart on this abysmal quest. I don't have the stamina for this shit. One day I'll learn to bring stamina recovery materials to a fucking hunt. You guys know why I don't do that, don't you? It's because 95% or more of hunts that I do not actually require stamina recovery materials at all. But on those rare occasions when I'm doing a long hunt like this, I do suffer as a result of not having stamina materials in my... or stamina items in my inventory. I'm just trying to get poison as much as I can. I don't know if that made contact or not, but I sacrificed my ability to shield the monster by doing that, so... I don't think it did actually make contact. Fuck off. I don't have the stamina, look at this. I'm fully healing myself because otherwise it's too dangerous to engage. Yeah, when I was fighting Elatrion without stamina, that was a nightmare. But that's another example of the problem. That is another example of the problem. I don't bring stamina stuff. I don't bring steaks. I don't bring energy drinks. I do have Mega Dash Juice in my gunner inventory, but not my Blade Master. Should have stayed in one place. Fortunately, I was able to get my shield out in time. You can see me awkwardly walking away to try and create some distance between myself and this monster. Notice how we haven't broken anything. Do you know what that means? Basically, the health of a monster part. Imagine that every part of the monster has health. That is proportional to the overall health of the monster. If we haven't broken anything yet, that gives you an idea of just how much health this dickhead has. Haven't even broken one fist. Definitely haven't broken the head. Until you've done this hunt, or at least witnessed it, you don't know what's involved. It's truly hell. I don't know why people do this quest. But here I am. Well, I didn't want to wait for James to finish eating. James and whatever his name was, Diego. Didn't want to wait for them to fucking eat, so I thought, you know, I'd do super brachydios. Great. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, look at this. This is bad news. Again, let's not fight him in a corridor, let's bring him out here. Another pitfall. Alright, let's go for it. May as well go for it. That geyser is going to cause trouble for me. I guess we did something with that. Can't fucking see what's going on. Flash bombs don't help. In case the last situation wasn't clear enough, they don't help, so stop throwing them. Stop it. Like, look at what he's doing. He's not standing still. It's not fucking Freedom Unite. Is it Freedom Unite? No. So what are you doing? Fuck me. He does occasionally stand still, but again, the same can be said of Nagakuga, Rajang, Teostra. They do technically stand still very occasionally when you flash bomb them, but you don't do it because it's overall not helpful. You'd be better off spending time hitting the monster than trying to position yourself for a flash bomb. Because the effects of it are overall unhelpful and not worth the time. It is hard to be using poison here because of the diminishing returns. I do get used to just being able to apply poison with the same amount of time spent each time. But no, it's going to be harder and harder to apply poison as the hunt continues. So maybe poison really wasn't a great decision after all. In any other game prior to try it would be, but I think with a long hunt like this, poison really does eventually run out of road. You reach the maximum resistance of the monster and it's bad. It's like, it's really not appropriate at all. Well, I can't fucking shield it, can I? I'm in red stamina. I'm shield reliant. I'm fighting a monster that can, you know, deal half my health in one hit. And what am I going to get out of it? One ticket for a shit weapon that I don't want. So, you know, not really the best experience here. Yeah, there is a maximum resistance. Basically, the monster doesn't infinitely increase its resistance to a status. You will reach a point where it doesn't go any further. But when you do reach that maximum resistance, it is very high. In most cases. With the exception being monsters that are extremely vulnerable to whatever status you're using. And no immediate examples come to mind. Maximum resistance for a monster in the era of diminishing returns is something you don't want to be at. But yeah, it doesn't continue infinitely. I did, of course, enter that area intentionally, by the way. I used my gun lance advance forward attack to get me in there quickly, because that, when my gun lance is unsheathed, is the best way for me to advance. That's my fastest maneuver. I may have to farcast and get some rations. Well, I will have to, there is no other choice. Please give me poison. Ugh. Give me some poison. Come on. As you can see, I'm not getting out Wyvern Fires as frequently as I'd like to be. Because I don't want to hit my teammates in the first instance, and second of all, he doesn't stop moving himself, so makes it a little harder. There we go, I've poisoned him, I think. Yeah, I've poisoned him. Happy to see that. I'm going to Farcast. Give me some rations. I'm going to be that guy and take 2 stacks, sorry. I do it because I don't think anyone else is going to come to this box. Or at least not enough people where I need to give everyone rations. Or allow for everyone to have rations. Again, I don't like abandoning the team, but I'm not going to be of much use to the team with no stamina with my gun lance. I didn't take anything else because I don't want to stay there. I want to get back to the hunt as quickly as possible. I should have gone the other way, but that's alright. The only reason why we're succeeding in this hunt is because this is a good team. It's an actual good team. Everyone can stay alive. We're solid. If anything, I'm the weak link because I'm the only one who died, but no, I'm doing my best. Fuck, I can't really join in there. My gun lance is recharged too. But yeah, German teams are just different. You'll notice it immediately. If you ever end up in a German team, you'll see it. They just play better. Sometimes they don't have the best loadouts. They really don't, but I mean, Nightopia would be an example, but he's survived pretty well. Although he has been supported quite a lot as well, with life powders. There you go, there's a limp. I've dropped my shock trap, so I actually can't go for the capture myself, but yeah, it's a good time for a limp, honestly. Let's say that was a good run. Can be a whole lot worse than that. Are we going for the kill? Or does someone have a trap? Looks like we're going for the kill. Fine. Never mind, Urz does have a trap. Let's get him in it. Good hunt, everyone. Nicely done. If Team Darkside is mainly German, then it wouldn't surprise me. I didn't know that, but based on my experience with hunting with people, I mean, US players wouldn't have seen it as much, because Australian players such as myself have always been, like, going back to the past when you used to have different regions of games where you would be playing online with people from your region. We were always grouped in with the Europeans. The Germans just play better. It's always been that kind. And now repeat it 5 times? Yeah, real funny. How about no? The weapon sucks. I'm gonna show it to you. Yeah, the reason why the HP bar stops where it does is because it's supposed to be a bit more cinematic. It's more ideal for the big screen. The HP bar going all the way across to the edge of the screen is appropriate for smaller screens. But yeah, I've never been a huge fan of the heads-up display of 3 Ultimate. I wish the map was bigger than it is, but anyway. It's a very small heads-up display. It's, again, for the benefit of the big screen. Don't even know what HRP I got out of that. Maybe 3,000, something like that. The irony is that you'd get about the same HRP for that quest as you would for a, you know, triple consecutive monster quest. Which is totally absurd. Majestic Scepter. See this fucking thing? Like, are you for real? Look at this. It's fucking shit. It's terrible. I don't know what the awakened value is, but oh my god, just fuck this hammer. It's bad. It might be okay in certain situations, but think about it. It's a reskinned fucking Portsmark with, as far as I'm concerned, bad stats considering the amount of time that you put into making the thing. Really pisses me off. Now, if I get any sense that we're going to have to sit here for another 10 minutes before doing another hunt, I'm just going to leave, because I don't have the time. Sorry, I'm not interested. I've got shit to do, like hunt for your entertainment. And sitting here reading German conversations for 10 minutes is not actually going to assist me in doing that. What? Sorry, I'm just reading something that was said. I just saw a really funny picture where the Teletubbies has been linked to the Lord of the Rings. You know, you think about the grassy plains and the weird house in the hill that the Teletubbies lived in. That looks a lot like, you know, Hobbiton in the Shire. And where Bilbo lives, for instance. And then you've got the 4 Teletubbies and the 4 characters from the Lord of the Rings, and then the fucking baby as the sun is the Eye of Sauron. But anyway. Which is entirely fitting. I never liked that laughing baby as the sun. That always bothered the hell out of me. I hated that. I always thought, oh, get that out, get that off the screen. And I seem to recall a scene with it rising like the sun as well, and the thing's laughing. I'm like, ugh, awful. I also distinctly remember a sudden change to a white background for the Teletubbies. I think it was in maybe 2002. All of a sudden, they came out with a new version of the Teletubbies where it was just the Teletubbies walking around with a white background. It was so bad. I was like, what is this? Why would you take this interesting, vibrant world? I mean, perhaps not all that interesting or vibrant, but compared to a white background, yeah, it was. Why would you take that and just make it clinical and pointless and stupid? Yeah, these people are just going to have a fucking conversation in German for 10 minutes. I'm leaving. Sorry, guys. I'm not doing it. Let me see if I can join Yuli. He might have fallen asleep. And if I can't join him, then so be it. I think we're having a bad... Oh no. Yes, telehobbits. Yuli, why are you AFK? He's got the sleeping status. Oh no, he's here. Always open to hunt, but I don't know if he's... No, he hasn't been here the whole time because, again, when I came online, he didn't have a room up. I did try to join him before, but I couldn't because it gave me an error. Hunts, I guess. Yeah, well, post what you want. I feel like I've spent a lot of time in this recording not hunting, which does bother me. Is this in any way going to help you get better armor and a better hammer? I mean, yes, you've technically upgraded your hammer to G rank level, but it is a fire hammer, and it is definitely elementally focused, so I don't really know what to say. I don't know. Nibble snuff, hey? Do I have an awakened ice lance? I probably do. Yeah, Ardean crown. It's a very long lance. So I would say that this is about the length of Skyscraper, to be honest. But much thinner. Look at the thing. We go on about how Skyscraper is so long, well look at this thing. I need foodie for double nibble snuff because I am almost certain to die. Very difficult hunt. I'd better purchase some whetstones. Sitting at 6 is uncomfortable. Hey, Palkia, you're welcome to join if you're available. If you're able to join, let me know and I'll wait. I won't depart until you confirm one way or another. I recognise that you asked to hunt before, but you haven't said anything in the chat for so long that I actually forgot about it. But if you're still around and you want to hunt, feel free to come on. Alright. Well, I guess we're too many. Oh, goodness. Looks like Yuli is using a female character, though. I remember yesterday I was unsure, but now that I actually remembered to look, yes. Somehow I don't think that slim feminine figure is a male. I've been getting a lot of use out of this armor set, haven't I? It just goes to show how much I wish I had it in the past, but just didn't have it. Had to live with not having it, but I eventually put my foot down and said, nope, I'm making it, and here it is. Awakened Lancers and Gun Lancers, but sadly nothing that has Thunder element. Thunder has been woefully shortchanged by the Awakened system. There are no... Well, there are some, I think, maybe a very small number, but for the most part, there aren't any Awaken weapons that have Thunder element. It is frustrating. I think there are some Awaken Thunder weapons that are event only, but that's Japanese event only. Ow. That's sexist, Doomlink. I don't know how, but sure. That was an interesting counter. I'm surprised that made contact. I'll take what I can get. Already down to white sharpness, but that's okay. I suppose I just have to be grateful that it started at purple in the first place. I'm attacking the back here because for the longest time I used to attack the head, but it's actually not a weak point. Only the tip of the nose is a weak point. So I'd rather get off consistent damage. I do miss the days when you could just do infinite combo without needing to physically move yourself. In other words, you used to be able to lance counter on 3 hits, which could actually work as an infinite combo without having to sacrifice one of your lance thrusts. Take that. I got a good look at your crotch there, which isn't quite what I was aiming for, but it was an added benefit. I shall sharpen. I'm not going to be lazy about it. Thank you for that. And an immediate apology, which I appreciate. I don't feel like fishing. Well, there you go. Can you get it in time, though? Yes, you can. Nicely done. As you can see, I don't have a Shakalaka departing with us here. I leave them at home because I don't like them. That's right. I don't like the Shakalakas. Can you handle that? Can you handle that? I'm not going to carve you. It's not because I don't want to, it's because I really shouldn't. I need to resist the temptation. I forgot to top up one of my max potions. Speaking of topping things up, I do need to try and get some more Psycho Serums. I'm almost out. In fact, I think this is the last Psycho Serum that I have. I don't have any more. Hello? Where are you? Oh, you're here. You're actually very well camouflaged there. I can hear the fucking Rhinopolis. Fortunately, he was not on target. If he were, I would have been very frustrated. This is a much larger Nibblesnarf. I'd say that this would be silver crown. Of course, much smaller compared to the giant one that you get in the event quest, so not entirely relevant, but... still fairly large. Go away. And also don't want your defense down. Fucking Alteroth. Get your priorities straight. There's a large monster in here that wants to kill you, probably. Or that at the very least would be unconcerned about your presence. You know, would happily eat you up if you were in the way. So how about you get out of the way and stop trying to attack us? I'm trying to hit this Rhinopolis as well. It is now dead. We've got a KO. I will try and hit the arms here. Whoops. I thought that was going to result in a spinning attack from the Nibblesnarf. It did not. Got a fishing maneuver? I think so. I really should sharpen, but it's a bit late to be doing it now. Fuck. Okay, I'll sharpen up. We just had someone join the room named Spike26, which is a weird name for a hunter, but anyway. Maybe he thinks there's someone else named Spike, even though there could be 100 people named Spike and it wouldn't make any difference, because you can have your own unique name. Well, you don't need to have a name that is truly unique among all other hunters, that's the point that I'm trying to make. Can you stop? You can push me into the wall if you'd like. Thank you. This is a great view. I'm very much enjoying this. Yep, I can see everything of what's going on. God. And he's dead. Nicely done. I am noticing a difference. Yuli, despite being totally elementally inappropriate in the weapon that he's using, is at the very least dealing good raw damage. Because he has upgraded his weapon. I'm going to kill you and then carve you because it gives me great pleasure to do so. I don't want a carapace. Well, I'll take it. I probably don't have too many, really. May as well take them. I don't really do the charging attack for damage purposes, do I? Except for a wake up for a sleep, I guess, because it's obviously the most damaging attack that the lance has. As an individual attack, anyway. Hunter rank 502. Again, it's nice to be in the 500s. Spike 26, you are hunter rank, I think 80 something? I'm not sure. Spike just left. Fuck you, idiot! You were standing here for... Oh my god. I mean, he was here for 3 minutes and he fucking left. You know what? You deserve to not have anyone to hunt with because you're stupid. At least wait for 5 minutes. I mean, there are practically no people playing this game and you don't have the patience to wait for 5 minutes. You should have been in that German room I was in. You wouldn't have been able to manage it. You would have had a meltdown. Imagine, like, 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes in between each individual hunt. And one of them wasn't even a hunt. One of them was, 2 minutes of confrontation, and then we had to abandon. And then wait for another 15 minutes. And then this guy wants to leave after 3 because, I don't know, he values his time so much. You think I don't? Fuck me. Just impatient people. You have to operate at the level of events. There are practically no people playing this game, and you want to have the level of impatience that one would expect with, a full fucking community of people playing the game. It's pathetic. Anyway. What is our next quest? The Desert Gourmand. Alright. I don't know what you're hunting Nibbles now for. I won't question it. Although I just did. I will not question it further, I suppose. I'll bring a longsword. Do I have an Awaken Ice longsword? Somehow I don't think so. I might. I do! Tribulation. It's the Rust Duramboros longsword. I do forget these things, When was the last time I used this thing? I have used it before, it's just not recently. It's just one of those weird longswords that you never see people use. Here we go, Exchanger. I'm actually willing to use a voucher for it. It's only the Desert Gourmand, but I'm still doing it. Oh, that's right. I'm going to check to see if I can purchase Psychoserums. I keep forgetting. I'll at least do that now. There's no guarantee that I can, but I want to at least check. I can. I've been very lucky. I'll buy a stack of them. Stop it. Very good. Now I don't have to worry about Psychoserums for a while. Yeah, Duramboros weapons do have a good design to them. I absolutely love that the lance is a big fucking halberd. Doesn't even look like it would work that well as a thrusting weapon, but it's still... halberds generally by design will have a pike with an axe on it. A pike with an axe head is typically how halberds are designed, but the Duramboros one really is just a polearm designed for chopping, not thrusting. But still, it's used as a lance here in this game, and I love that. Even if it doesn't make any sense, you do need to suspend your disbelief and cynicism for at least enough time to just appreciate that it's kind of cool. This should be a faster hunt than the last one, considerably faster. Oh, can I get out of the way of that? Yes. Can you stop? I'd like to hit you now. Can't fucking say anything. What would you have me do? I do have to appreciate that that was a good round of attacks that eventually resulted in me being hit, because that was fairly relentless. Yurli's going for the fish. It's good because, again, we do want one designated person doing that so that the other person can actually get damage off. That's really helpful. What's my negative affinity on this? Negative 15, that's not too bad. 996 with 250 ice, that's good. This is a good fucking weapon. Negative 15 affinity isn't too bad. That doesn't completely invalidate the high raw value of this longsword. I don't think you can get the fish out. I don't think you can do it, Yuli, but give it a try. Yep. Still got hit by the tail, sadly. Well, the bomb's there if it needs to be used, I guess. The chances of it getting used are pretty low. If I had a sonic bomb, I'd fucking throw it on the bomb, but... Gory visited the port. What a name. I'm consistently amazed by... Oh god. I'm consistently amazed by the number of people who play this game that I haven't seen before. There are so few people playing this game, yet so many individual unique players. Like, this is the thing. The number of unique players who play this game is very high. I can play this game over the course of however many months and see a huge number of unique players, but at any given time it's like, you know, 8 to 15 people playing. It's amazing if you think about it. If everyone who played this game came on at the same time, we'd probably be looking at 100 players. But they never do come on at the same time. It's strange. I'd say that there are at least 100 unique players playing this game from my experience. Good knockout. You'll be able to fish him out because he's exhausted, or not. Interestingly, if he's exhausted, he has the same length of time that he allows you to... Renopolis prevented him from fishing him out, apparently. Where are you? There you are. You're probably quite hungry, but you're going to die before you can eat. You shall be delivered from your hunger in a very permanent way. You won't need to eat ever again. It's convenient and economical. We'll see how this guy turns out. Gory. Hopefully Yuli doesn't misinterpret what I just said. He might think that I meant that I'm finished, but I'm saying this for the benefit of Gory, that we're done with the quest. I don't want him to do what that Spike guy did and just leave as soon as we return from the room. Or return to the room from the quest. But I don't care, that guy can fuck off. Was that high rank? I think that was high rank. This is all high rank materials. What the hell? How did that take so long? For a high rank quest, that was pretty slow. It's alright, it doesn't matter because in the end it still felt like a substantial hunt, which is what's important. I don't care if it's high rank as long as it's not super fast. But I'm a little concerned that it took that long if it were high rank. Understood, says Gory. I'm glad that I have enough Psychoserums to last me for a while. I would get more than one stack, it's just that I don't have the luxury of space in my box. Which does frustrate me, but I suppose I'm used to it by now. Mike has visited the port. What's going on, Mike? He's hunter rank 1. Purple Rain. Well, I thought we were hunting in G rank, but I guess not. That guy has actually properly played the village mode before coming into the online, which is great. But that puts him in good stead to solo his way through low rank. Look at that. That's great. I have a lot of respect for people like that. I speak Spanish, he says. Well, good luck, man. Good fucking luck. He'll work it out on his own that we're not doing that. Why are we... I don't want to do high rank quests, but that's what's on the board, and so I'm going to have to live with it. What was the monster again? Purple Ludroth? I don't know. I'll bring a greatsword, I suppose. Doesn't matter what I bring, this will do. We'll use the Eisenfaust. Again, it's a weapon that I don't use very often because it's fucking shit. But this is a quest that does not require a good weapon, so realistically it's good. I think Gory is using a weapon that has Poison Awaken, but it's like, what a fucking throwback. Look at that, that is so Monster Hunter Tri what he's using right now. High Chief's Greatsword, oh my god. Oh no, it's Sleep, sorry, I'm wrong. I knew it was status, but look at this. How do you have 2 negative skills? What is this? Oh. Okay. I get it. What an asshole. Fucking idiot. Imagine using full Kurapeko. I was thinking that's a lot of skills to have. I didn't actually check what skills he had, but fucking hell. What a clown. Like, look at his loadout. Just remove him from the room. Look at that. I mean, if you're going to cheat, you'd think you'd do it a little less blatantly. 54 points in Mind's Eye, 50 points in Awaken. idiot. This Mike guy is really stupid. I mean, look at what I have to deal with. I have to deal with a situation where, first and foremost, a Hunter Rank 1 joins, sees that we've already got a quest going, and he's like, well, I can't join, so I'm going to post my own quest, and stand here begging for people to play with me. And then I've got another guy who comes in with such obvious cheats that the guy can just fuck off, like he's an idiot. He had one with plus 99 weakness exploit. What a clown. Imagine having people cheating in this game. I mean, what is the point? Guess we'll just two-man. That's fine. This Mike guy, he needs to go and make his own room. If he makes his own room, he'll have people play with him, for sure. Worst case scenario, someone will boost him. He does deserve at least some kudos in the sense that he has played the offline before coming into high rank, or excuse me, coming into online and doing low rank, but still, that's not how you get ahead. You don't come into a room where people have already got a quest going and just post your own thing and stand there. That's not how you conduct online play. If you can't join, then that's your fucking problem. It doesn't mean that we have to change what we're doing to suit you personally. What are we hunting again? Purple Ludroth, so I am going the right way. Fucking Eisenfaust. Terrible greatsword, but again, more than enough for this quest. Because it's a G rank weapon and this is a high rank monster. Yeah, fuck off, Mark. I don't have any tolerance for that sort of behavior. As crappy as this greatsword is, it's still very good for this quest, so this is really the sort of situation where you want to be using it. I think the amount of flinching makes it clear that it's very good. I don't know if I want to sharpen or not. Probably not. It's not worth it, is it? I'm practically soloing this asshole. He might be dead by the time Yuli gets here. He won't be, but the point is that I've hurt him a lot. And I don't regret it. I do have critical draw on this, so it is technically possible to get a critical hit on the draw, despite my negative affinity. It's just not a very high chance. It's not like Art of Unsheathing where you are guaranteed to get a critical hit every time, irrespective of your negative affinity. But it's, you can see that occasionally I do get the critical, which almost balances out the garbage stats that we're looking at here. The negative affinity is really what ruins it. Otherwise it would just be a pretty good weapon. The long story short is that Sarah Symmetry is your ideal weapon. That is considerably better than this. Sarah Symmetry actually has more damage than this weapon, if you can believe it. And yet it doesn't have insanely low sharpness and affinity. You act as if you know Mike, Palkia. If you do, then let him know that he needs to actually find rooms that are willing to do his quest. Best way to do that is to make your own room. Make it clear that you're doing Hunter Rank 1. That is your solution. You can't just turn up in random rooms, post your quest, stand there and effectively beg by standing there with your quest on the board. That is a form of begging, and it's unseemly. Well, good night. I will carve, actually. I probably don't have much in the way of high-rank purple Ludroth stuff. So yes, I will carve. Purple Ludroth Claw Plus. You know what, on top of all of that, this weapon's also ugly. Imagine being in a situation where the only greatsword that's worse than you is Lion's Bane. Actually, I would argue that this is worse than Lion's Bane. I think this actually beats out the competition. Eisenfaust? He's probably one of the worst greatswords ever. It's just fucking shit. You need to kill Devil Joe while naked 5 times for this fucking thing. So, you tell me if it's worth it. I'd say it's not. I'd say this weapon can go in the bin. It's fine, again, if I'm doing a high rank quest, but or even a low rank quest. I'll do one more hunt, then I'll finish up. If it's just going to be high rank stuff, it's not really worth it. It's not a terrible design, I guess. It's kind of ugly, but it's interesting to have a giant fist as a greatsword, I guess. Still, I don't know. It doesn't look like it would be an effective greatsword, and it happens to not be, so I would call it an accurate weapon design. Oh yay, G rank. Some sort of thunder weapon would be appropriate. Some sort of thunder weapon. Oh, I know what I'll use. Gimbal Gaia. Good idea. It's raining quite a lot outside. Now this is a sword and shield. Check this out. It's the old Chak Chak. They called it Chak Chak and then it upgraded to Wagga Wagga. Or Wagga Wagga. We would say Wagga Wagga in Australia. There is a place in Australia called Wagga Wagga, so yeah. Point is, Chak Chak becomes Wagga Wagga, and then here it becomes Gimbal Gaia. Oh, I just missed out on fucking Exchanger. I'm infuriated by that. It's a triple quest. I could have actually gotten good HRP from this. Whatever. It's a rainy old day out there. I think I'll be hibernating today. I'll stay inside. That's some really heavy rain, actually. We had a period of heavy rain some months ago. The heaviest rain that anyone has ever seen in Australia in living memory. it just went on and on and on. It was basically 4 straight weeks of rain. You know, this is Australia, not the United Kingdom. Like, that's the sort of place where you get 4 weeks straight of rain. Over here, that's pretty unusual. But, yeah. Basically, every building ever had a problem. Like a leakage problem. Because it was just the sort of constant, unending, persistent rain that just did not stop. Good weather for frogs, but perhaps not for human beings. In fact, you guys can hear that. I'll pause the game. Well, not pause the game. I'll mute the game sound. That ambient sound you're hearing there, that's the rain. And for it to be that loud, it's fucking heavy. It ordinarily wouldn't be audible, but it is today. And I enjoy it. I love it. It's so cozy. You know, sitting here playing Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, glass of whiskey. It's nice and warm. And it's pouring with rain outside. You gotta love it. I will need to keep myself sharpened up. This Sword and Shield isn't amazing. It's alright. It's one of the few Thunder Awakened weapons in the damn game. Yeah, not amazing. So I do want to at least have purple sharpness to ensure that it's dealing good damage. Still pay it. No. How is the damage on this? Oh, it's alright. 352, 250. Could be worse. I would call this standard G-rank damage. Tried to shield in time, but I didn't get hit by the tail at least. I got hit by the physical movement of the monster instead. Whoa. What would you have me do, Nagakuga? Give me a break. I don't want to leave this room. I mean, there are people joining, ready to hunt. I want to give them a 4-man room to play in. Dark Rage is asking, where y'all at? Guess what, man? We're on a quest. Don't you notice the different color of our text? Don't you love the sound of the rain? It's appropriate, because it's actually raining in-game. It's awesome. I'd love to, you know... In fact, I will do that. I'm gonna open my blinds out to the balcony. So that I can enjoy the rain visually. Check that out. It's much brighter, of course, because I've opened my blinds out to the outside world and I can enjoy the rain. It's probably a bit too bright, isn't it? But that's alright. Bit of a throwback to the old days when I used to have lighting issues. Remember that? When I had lighting issues. Yeah. God, this is refreshing. I love it. My balcony is just a fucking... Why does Yurley keep saying skull? He randomly says skull in certain situations. I'll have to ask him at some point. But, yeah, like, my balcony is really wet. Like, it's pooling with water. Because this is some heavy rain. I'm in the flooded forest, it's raining in-game, it's raining in real life, and I'm enjoying it. I could have rolled that, come on. I do want Yurley here sometime soon, because the sooner... Oh, he's back. He is using a weapon that is elementally appropriate as well, which really helps, but... Don't you love the ability to reposition with this sword and shield? Or with any sword and shield, quite frankly. It's not unique to this weapon. The unsatisfactory appearance of my hair is being revealed to you with the increased lighting. Ow. Come on, how the fuck did I get caught in that? That's just rude. I am genuinely insulted by that. I have healed a lot. But this is not one of those quests where you get mega potions when carving. Sorry, I'll keep away from that. That's your territory. I definitely need to sharpen up soon. I'll do it now. When it does come time for the Night Cougar to limp, I do want to be able to deal good damage to prevent him from leaving. Whoops, that was poorly timed. I'm glad I didn't get caught in that. At this rate, I wouldn't have been surprised. Well, I can't get out of the way of that if I can't fucking roll any great distance. It's like a weather bomb's hit Sydney. Fucking hell. Are you kidding me? This fucking dick has left the area. Oh my god, what the fuck? This is terrible. He's gone to area 2. What are you doing over there? Literally, you're attacking nothing. Are you for real? Yes, you will die here, but we've still got a third to kill. That's why I want to one-zone you. I'm surprised we managed to one-zone the other one, to be honest. Very good. This is the first time I've had a bit of natural light in my recording for, I suppose... Well, it hasn't been since February. Anyway. My lip is being annoying. There we go. I do love the rain. Some people are probably neutral to it. I love it. See, if I were to try to show you on the webcam, you wouldn't be able to see much of anything. Rain doesn't appear on camera as clearly as it would in real life. And on a webcam it's probably even harder to see, so it would be pointless. Ow. I feel bad for these guys having to fucking wait, but we'll be done soon. Yuli has died a second time. If he dies again, why does he keep saying skull? What does skull mean? He literally just types skull. Well, it's clearly a shout, but what does it mean? Skull? Skull is an Australian colloquialism for drinking something very quickly, but I don't see how that would apply to this context. I couldn't do anything, I had no stamina. Are you gonna... I could have technically died there. I mean, I don't know if that would have been enough damage to kill me, but there was definitely a risk of that. Fucking hell. It's extremely bothersome. Alright. Let's get that there tail. Oh, I need to sharpen. I'll keep away from the head because, again, that's your territory, Yuli. Limping. Well, if you could fucking die right here, that would be great. You flew... Oh no, you didn't fly up. Fortunately. I thought you were limping, but you may not have been. I really don't know. Come on. I want this quest to be over soon so that the guys waiting can actually have something to join. There goes the tail. Could only have been my work that did it, but you know. Oh, fuck off. I'll check to see where he has flown to Area 2 again. Very well. It is sadly not raining as much as it was. I mean, it's still raining, but I like heavy rain. Heavy rain's good. Oh well. Get over here, you stupid cougar. Is that a Farcaster? Oh, that was Char-Char doing his Farcaster. Yuli, please don't die again. This is dangerous shit, man. We cannot allow for death. Why do you keep saying skull? What does that mean? It doesn't make any sense. Thank you, fuck. The last thing I need is to fail after all that. Bloody hell. I don't regret using this weapon, but maybe there could have been more damaging weapons to use? I don't know. Still. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a bit. I'm back. I'll mess with the white balancing a little bit, but you can see that I closed my blinds. Oh, 103 Nagakuga shards. I need to go and sell those. A friend of mine's not doing too well at the moment. But I won't go into details about that. What has Dark Race posted? The Omen at HR3. Fuck you. No, not doing it. I'm not even going to say goodbye to you, Yuli. Sorry. I'm not putting up with it. G rank with James, HR6 finish. I'll hang with these guys. I'm not doing HR3 stuff. It's not happening. Are you shitting me? Fuck! I hate it when I have network instability. It's not me, it's connecting to other consoles. My network's fine. I'll try one more time with this guy. It might be a result of two people trying to join it at the same time. That's another theory that I have as to what causes that. Sometimes it's the host, sometimes it's not, but... okay, no. Come on, if it doesn't work, then I'll go and join James and wait for him to come back. Please? No, probably not. Oh well. I don't actually know what causes that. I think that the game judges that the connection's too poor to go ahead with the connection. That's my guess. Oh, here we go. Fucking... Hello? Alright. There we go. Oh, Hunter is also sitting here waiting for these guys to come back. He's using full, well, he, she, I don't know. No. Could be female, could be a female Hunter, but the point is that we're both waiting for James and Berto to come back. Berto is apparently using the, whatever you would call it, voice chat function, as indicated by the symbol next to his name. It's some sort of interpretation of a face making noise, but I'm not able to imitate it because my face doesn't look like that in profile. No one's face looks like that in profile. If someone's face did look like that in profile, it would mean that they were not human beings. Well, with great patience comes great return on time investment, says Doomlink. Does he believe what he's saying? Not really. I love the design of this sword and shield, but I don't want to upgrade it because it's significantly worse than the Elatrion Star. Well, maybe not significantly, but... yeah, I don't feel like making it. Oh yeah, this thing. Crimson Kurupeko Hammer.